Okay, I'm not gonna lie. My life used to feel all over the place. I'd wake up already stressed, and by the end of the day, I felt like I've been running nonstop. So I had to build a reset routine that actually worked for me. And today I'll show you exactly how I reset. Simple, realistic, and way less stressful than what you see online. My mornings used to start with me grabbing my phone and instantly feeling behind. Y'all, you got to put that phone down. As far as my reset routine, right? I keep it simple, simplistic. One thing I do is journal every day. And when you think of journal, you think that you have to write a book or write down your thoughts all of the time. What are your goals? What are things that you are actively striving toward? What is your purpose in life? What is driving you? And I want you to think about that, and I want you to write down those goals. I am always writing down my goals when I wake up and when I go to sleep. I write them down. One thing I'll also do is make sure I read just a little bit. I'm not saying you got to spend a whole lot of time reading, but this definitely will shape your morning. One thing I have been doing is reading the Bible. I will read a portion of a chapter. I also do a little skincare. Part of my reset routine is doing a skincare routine, right? This might be the morning, especially for my reset routine, where I go a little bit deeper than just my typical skincare routine. So I may do a face mask, I may do some under eye patches. I'll take just a little bit more time because I am resetting my skin along with my routine. Everything needs to get reset from the mind down to the body to the skin, okay? And one thing that I also love to do in my morning reset routine is sip some tea. I used to be a coffee girl, but I started putting milk in my tea, and now I am officially a tea girl. I specifically love some chai tea. Okay. Okay, so now y'all, midday is when I used to hit that wall. I'd work straight through lunch and then wonder why I'd have no energy by 3 p.m. And you guys, I work remote, so I do work from home. So midday is definitely a rough part used to be a rough part of the day for me. But now what I actually do is build in breaks. I close the laptop. I stop looking at my screen. I stretch, I step outside. Having some outside space is amazing. So if you do have outside space, utilize that space. Even if you're going into work, if there's an outside space in your work area, utilize that space. Get up and go outside, take a stretch. And then I also make sure I grab a lunch that isn't just snacks. I always fall into the pattern of just working straight through lunch and just looking up and just snacking throughout the day. I make sure I'm eating more than just snacks. I'm having a full lunch. So that is important, okay? It does sound small, y'all. Protecting your energy in the middle of the day is a game changer, okay? So even if you at the people job, make sure you say, you know what, I got to take care of myself so that way I can show up here at 100%. Evenings are my favorite part of my routine. Take my skincare seriously, okay? Serious. Like, look at the skin, okay? Literally, serious. I change into some cozy clothes. Sometimes I read or do Pilates. With my Pilates routine, I alternate between doing it in the morning or in the evening. One thing I love about Pilates is that it's not like it isn't an intense workout, but it is a more mindful workout. So I do feel like I can do it without waking up fresh off the wake up. Rather than when I used to go to the gym, I would have to do that before my brain even wakes up. But everybody is different. But like I said, some days I do Pilates in the morning and some days I do it in the evening. I also do make sure I take some time during this time to read, y'all. Reading is very, very important, and it is also pivotal. Reading will help you get to your goals quicker. I'm telling you, you need to start reading some books, okay? Mostly in the evening. This is just really about me sending a message to myself that, hey, it's okay to slow down now, okay? Do your routine, your skincare routine. If I do a Pilates exercise, I'm doing a lighter exercise, something that is more on the yoga side and more mindful, right? This is the time that you send that message to yourself like, hey, it's okay, you've done a lot today. It's time to slow down. I had to unlearn the whole go until you crash thing. Like, no. And honestly, this part of my routine keeps me sane. Okay. So, yeah, that's my reset routine. Nothing crazy. No 5 a.m. alarms. No perfect aesthetic. Just little things I built that make my life feel softer. Soft life isn't something you buy, it's something you build one choice at a time. So, what's one routine you've built that keeps you grounded? Drop it in the comments. I might steal it. Okay.